Hey, what's up, Golferos? So, if you just tuned in and listened to episode 20 with Lalo, we kept it going, and we're gonna call this episode
We
20B.
got rid of the dead weight.
Oh, dang, no, Raul had to bounce, guys. So,
I'm fucking
we,
around.
No.
I'm fucking
Give me a
around. I'm
second.
fucking
this
around.
is this is just a little additional content here, just because
Lalo, where'd you go? Don't
you went
get
to go get
scared.
another beer, bro. You went to go get another beer. So, no, guys, we wanted to keep it going. We just stayed talking, and our topic about our heritage and growing up. The conversation kept going, and it was good. Um, but yeah, if you listen to the last episode, Lalo was talking about his cousin, um, and a book that he wrote. And in that book, he's talking about his his upbringing, and that led us talking to
Because my charger's
about
dying, bro.
and
I'm
his
just
charger.
charging my shit, bro. There it is. There it
But
is.
no, Lalo, you were bringing up a good point right now, man. You were talking about your cousin and about people not really understanding his life, like people in your own family. Um, And that actually like kind of brings up this really good point, and what I was thinking about, and a little bit going back to the whole imposter syndrome thing. Hex, I wanted to ask you this. So, like you're a project manager, right? That's is that your title with your job?
Yeah.
All right. And you lead probably like a lot more like Mexicanos and like people under you who maybe like don't have
Yeah.
degrees and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Is that right? All right. So like, and the reason I'm calling that out is, did this ever happen to you? I was at a golf course one day and I was linking up with some guys for the first time. They saw us on Instagram. They're like, bro, like we got a tea time, come join us. And so I go out there and then we start talking about life. We just start talking about work and like what you do. And I I was fortunate that my parents pushed me to get into college, get my degree. Um, and no me creo, I'm not like, oh, dude, I got my degree and I'm this fancy shit and I got this good job and all that stuff. But, it's led me to have a good job. I'm an account manager and I lead people. So the point that I'm getting at is I get to this golf course and I meet these people and they're the raza and they're like, oh, bro, like, what do you do? What do you do for work? And they're like, oh, one's like, I'm a janitor and the other one's this, the other one that. Respect.
Yeah.
You're out there making your money. I can never judge you on the way you make your money. You live your life. But dude, I like low key kind of feel bad sometimes where I feel kind of douchey because they'll be like, "Oh, what do you do?" And I'm like, "I'm an account manager for a med tech company and I handle accounts for." I almost try to dumb myself down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I because I don't want to come off like I'm douchey. And so I was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I'm an account manager for this
Hobby or
company."
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're like, "What? Like, what is that?" And then they start asking me questions, and I have to like start explaining what I do. And then like, damn, now I feel like I'm just like sounding like a douche. But like, do you ever get that, Hex? Like having to interact with your employees and stuff like that?
First of all, I don't have employees. I contract people.
Okay, yeah.
It's a little different. However, there is you
That
feel
almost
it.
sounded douchier, bro.
No.
Dang.
If I did that, I mean, but that's my line of work. I contract people. So I contract people whether they're white, black, Hispanic. I contract people, and then I deal a lot with their workers or their
Mhm.
superintendents, and then the superintendents have other people and stuff like that. So I don't get what you're saying. I don't feel that at all. I never
No,
get that.
okay.
But I do get the eyes where I walk into a place and you have these Hispanics. And I say Hispanics because it's not necessarily Mexicans. A lot of times
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
and lately it's been a lot of Venezuelans that
Or
are
Colombians. Because there's a lot of Colombians that have also been coming. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So lately it's a lot of south, southern
Americans.
American people coming up and they're doing this work, and they're looking at me, and it's weird. If I could say anything, it's like it's weird coming into this place, and they're looking, and these guys are looking up, and they're expecting a fucking white guy to come in and inspect the work and everything, but then they get this fucking Mexican that comes inspecting the work, and they're like, what the fuck? This is the motherfucker in charge. And so it's a little weird. It's just weird, because you get those glances, and as I talk to everybody. It's like, how everything cool? Like, is this working out? Is that working out? Like, how are we doing this? What are you doing with this? What do you? And I'm not trying to make any fucking specific statement, but just an example. I'll be like, how are you running this line, this plumbing, the sewage, the electrical? What are we doing here? And I have them, and they'll talk to me in Spanish, and then the weirdest part is that I have to translate it to their boss, the superintendent, which then has to go over to the project manager, because most likely, most of the time, they're white. So that's the weirdest part, and they work for me because I contracted them, and so that's the weirdest part. So the fact is, because normally in the line of succession, you have your superintendent who's white, generally in construction. You have your project manager who's probably white. Then you have your fucking project manager on the ownership side, who's generally going to be fucking white. And, that's how it goes. But then your project manager on the ownership side is Mexican. And so now, I'm talking directly to the fucking worker, and the worker's telling me, and then I'm telling the superintendent. But again, it's nothing bad. Sometimes the project manager and the superintendent will tell me, hey, there's a conflict, in a translation barrier where, maybe you could help us out. And it's like, well, yeah, I get it. That's fine. But I mean, this is your fucking contractor, So I'll come in, I'll kind of translate what's going on and everything. I give my direction to the project manager, and the project manager's like, can you help us relay it to them so that it could go smoother? And it's like, yeah, sure. And I'll say it in Spanish. And most of my projects go smoother as a benefit because I know Spanish. Yeah. Because I am Mexican, so I speak it, and so they listen, they understand, and it goes better. So most of my projects go a lot smoother compared to a lot of my counterparts that don't speak Spanish, because let's be real, majority of this industry is fucking Hispanic, Spanish speaking. Yeah, and that's why, and I poke fun, I poke fun of my project managers, my contractors. I poke fun of them. It's like, how long you been in the business? 20 years, 30 years. They like to boast. They love boasting. How long they've been, how experienced they are, and it's like, and you don't know Spanish yet?
How about you haven't learned Spanish yet? Yeah.
I will tell you this. I will tell you this, Hex. And this isn't to take away from anything of your abilities, capabilities, the years of experience. Pero tú beneficias that you don't look like Mia Ralph, bro. Tú de lejos.
That's true. That's true. That is true.
Because your thing is like, I think he might be Mexican, but I don't know.
That is true. No,
and that plays a big role, bro. Like in landing.
No, that is true.
But it's not to take away that you don't deserve it. No. Like, one of my buddies, he's really light skinned, bro. Güerito, ojos verdes, and he had this big fucking beard, bro. Pero grandota, güey. Una cosa chingonzota para los pinches gabachos, bro. Una madresota así.
Out of context, that's weird, but keep going.
So I'm explaining.
No, he makes a lot of sense.
I'm just messing around. Yeah.
The last part was a little weird.
He had his job. So he works for a union, and they're bro. I always compared. I mean, and this is probably my fault, my lack of knowledge. Compared him like he was Chandler to me, in a sense that I didn't know what the fuck he did for a living. Like, what the fuck do you do, bro?
Dang, bro, was that a Friends reference right now?
It was.
Ah, dang, okay.
Yeah.
Míralo.
Because you know, in Friends, nobody really knew what Chandler did. R.I.P.
Yeah.
So mi compa Louis, el güerito, is like, hey man, what do you do? And he's like, well, you know, he kind of like this, and I'm like, what the fuck do you do, bro? So whatever. Eventually, I figured out he works. He's in a union, and maybe maybe you could elaborate more when I'm gonna throw his turn. He worked in the union for 10 knockers. So I was like,
10 knockers?
10, like the
metal. 10. Okay.
10 knockers. 10. So I'm like, do you do AC? And he's like, no, we don't do ACs.
Oh, 10
they
knockers.
Run like, yes.
Yeah. HVAC.
Yeah. But they don't actually install the HVAC. They do like the duct work, right? Like the tin work.
It's HVAC though. Yeah.
10 knockers. So anyways, se metió a la Unión a long time ago, and then he went through the Journeyman program, and then he finally journeyed out. And he used to carry this big fucking beard, bro. Like, he's white, bro. Red fucking beard. I'm talking red. You think he's fucking Irish or something. Like, eventually, you know, I always fuck with him when he hang out, because we call each other papas. Ahora, papas, when you gonna fucking chop this shit off, you got fucking crumbs all over. And he's like, no, papas, no me la quito, because if I take it off, they don't think I'm white anymore. Then they think I'm Mexican, because I start looking more Mexican when I shave it all off. He goes, I keep this big beard, and everybody just thinks I'm this fucking white dude that fucking knows everything. And he goes, but I take it off, and I lose all my respect around here. And I was like, and it's funny because he wasn't saying that like jokingly. And it's like, you know what? I do get that, because I mean, my boy is lighter than Hex, bro. He tiene ojos verdes y todo, and with the red ass beard, bro, he doesn't. You wouldn't think he's Mexican.
So first of all, I'm more white.
Paisa, bro. Es más paisa que yo, hijo la chingada, bro.
I'm more white than I am red. I used to be more. So I've always been like black and red. I've had more red in my beard than back then than I had black. My mom has red hair, and she has green eyes.
Oh shit!
And she's white. But again, we're from Guadalajara. Most of Guadalajara motherfuckers are white.
Ahí los Santos de Jalisco y Guadalajara,
yeah. The biggest difference is that I'm tall. You know, most motherfuckers in Guadalajara are not tall, and I am tall. I'm tall. I'm 6 foot, and that's the biggest difference. So in the states, especially in California, it's hard. I always get that. You're Mexican, and I'm like, yeah, I'm Mexican, and you know, but then I started noticing a trend where I started noticing where, like, you know, I started traveling, and it just so happened that I was with my German boss, right? And we were in Kansas, and we were at a Del Taco, and we were ordering some food. It was lunchtime. We just stopped by. I'm like, you hungry? I'm hungry. And he's like, yeah, I'm hungry. Let's stop by. So we stopped by like a Del Taco, and we ordered some food. And the fucking lady who was there, and she was African American, and she said, are you Mexican? And I go, yeah. And I was like, why? She's like, no, you have a certain pitch in your voice. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, I'm from California. You know, I was raised in California. What do I have in my pitch? And then I look at my boss, and I'm like, do I have a fucking pitch in my voice that makes me sound Mexican? And he's like, no. So, yeah, that's what I was like. I was like, what? Do I?
Yeah.
I have a pitch. My English, I have a Mexican. I know I use.
It's not an accent of non.
I know I use a lot.
It's very subtle. Like Mexicans,
no,
like
it's not subtle enough. Like, you can clearly tell he's not Caucasian, but his looks appear to be Caucasian.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have many friends that are white
so that makes sense.
Like you, but they don't sound like you.
Because that was honestly it, and this was probably like 5 years ago, and I was like that, and I told my boss, I'm like, do I sound like I got like a? He's like, no, and he's German, bro. He's like fucking German, and I was like, do I sound like I'm fucking Mexican? And he's like,
no wonder he couldn't figure it out, bro. He's German.
He's like, he's like, no, and I'm like, well, what the fuck is she talking about? He's like, I don't know, and so that was like the first instinct that I received where I was like, I have a slang. But then here's the thing. I go visit my family in fucking Mexico, my cousins, everything. He's like, bro, your Spanish is fucked up. And I was like,
Like I
So
can't win, bro. You can't
I
win.
can't win.
Here's the thing, Hex. If I were to meet you on a job site, and you're walking up, I'm be like, I think he's white. And then you start speaking, and I'd be like, yeah, he's Mexican. He's some sort of Latino. 100%.
And here's the thing. I speak to other people on the job site because and I'm known for that. And sometimes my superintendent's like, hey man, I don't need you talking to my people. And it's like, no. I'm not disrespecting you. I'm not trying to go over you. I'm just trying to get a feel for the environment, because I want this project to keep running right. So I talk to the employee, the subcontractors. There's a contractor, there's a subcontractor, and then there's the workers. So I talk to the workers like, how's this going? What's going on here? And I speak to them in Spanish, and they respond to me in Spanish. I've never heard anything or like, hey man, like I've never heard it. And I talk to them cool, But
So
I go to Mexico. And they're like,
sounds more white than you.
Wait, what?
Who?
Ralph. If you were to put Ralph's voice on your looks, you would.
Oh yeah.
Because he's a second generation. I'm an immigrant, bro. I was born in Mexico.
No, but
I was born in Guadalajara.
Why were you surprised when I said you had a fish?
I went like literally. I did fucking preschool in Mexico.
But not only that, Ralph went to. You said your high school was mainly white, right, Ralph?
Yeah, I went to a predominantly white school growing up, and then kind of. I've actually had this said to me before. They're like, it's almost like a backhanded. I don't take offense to it, but I feel like it's almost a backhanded compliment when people are like, "Oh, you speak really well," and it's just like, "What do you mean?"
Here's my fucking problem. I've had conversations with people that are above me, people that have companies, people that are well off on their own, and I have conversations with them, and they're like, "Dude, you're well read," and I'm like, "Excuse me." Like, you're well read. Like you're surprising me. You're well read, and I'm like, I'm sorry. What the fuck does that mean? They're like, no, I just didn't expect this type of. I didn't expect you to be this well fucking intelligent. I'm like, mother.
No, bro.
Think about when they say you're well read. What does that mean? They're insulting you already, even though they're not trying to insult you.
Yeah, they thought you were at a dumber level, but they're like, oh no, you're actually up here. Yeah.
Bro, I had a super tell me once you're not as dumb as you look.
Bro, yeah, no, it's the same thing. Bro. No. Okay, that's but imagine a white person.
Yeah. No, he was a white person. He told me you're not as dumb as you look.
He's telling you the same thing. So this motherfucker sitting there, and I'm talking to him.
He just told you in a nicer way, and he was more straight up with Lalo.
That's what I'm saying. You know who was there? Louis. Louis was right there at the same fucking lunch, and I got upset. And Louis like, calm down. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna calm down. I'm like, what the fuck you mean I'm well read? Like, what the fuck does that mean? And he's like, listen, I'm not trying to disrespect. I just didn't think you were that well read. And I'm like, again, can you elaborate on what the fuck you're saying? He's like, listen, I just didn't think you were. And he got stuck. And I was like, I got upset. I'm like, motherfucker, like, well read.
Like you wouldn't have said that. You wouldn't have said that to a white dude. Like you would have would have kept talking all day. Like you had to make one stupid compliment.
And we were having a conversation, and he thought he was complimenting me. That's the problem.
Yeah.
He thought he was complimenting me, and he's like, Hector, like honestly, like speaking with you, like dude, and first view, and obviously I have tattoos and shit, which is why I try to cover them when I'm at work. Everybody in my company always tells me,
of course,
it's hot as fuck. It's 114. You're in Phoenix, Arizona. Why do you have your fucking sleeves out? And it's like, bro, like I got tattoos. Like we got tattoos. Like, yeah, bitch, you got a unicorn and a fucking gremlin on the side. I got snakes and fucking skulls on my fucking arm. Like it's a big fucking difference because I grew up different with you. I grew up different. Yeah, no, this motherfucker in my company is telling me, and I'm like, bro, you got a fucking unicorn and a fucking what's that Lucky Charms character on one side, and I'm like, because he's a fucking Irish. He's an Irish, a leprechaun.
He went to Notre Dame, bro.
He's Irish. No, but he's just Irish, and it's like, bro, you got a fucking leprechaun.
The fighting Irish.
You got a leprechaun and a fucking unicorn. I got a skull.
Out. Real quick.
Agave and fucking snakes. It's a big difference, bro. But white people don't see it that way. And it's only because I've seen it growing up. You know what I mean? Like that conversation that I had with that one dude, and he's like, I didn't think you were that well read. And I was like, and that was not the first time I heard it. And it wasn't the last time either. But that one particular time, it really affected me. I was like, what the fuck do you mean that I'm not well read? And it's like,
Yeah.
I just didn't think that you were this elaborate in your conversations. So I was like, I kind of feel offended. And he's like, I'm not trying to offend you. I just, first appearances, which is why I cover my fucking forearms when I'm at
Yeah.
work, because I'm like, okay, so that's the, I guess, I give off that vibe. I'm a big
Yeah.
ass fucking tall Mexican with a beard and I have fucking tattoos. And I'm just like, all right, I give that vibe off. So I'm gonna try to fucking hide it from here on in and shit. But then,
But you shouldn't
you
have to,
know,
bro.
Sorry,
I
sorry,
shouldn't
Papa.
have to.
Sorry.
You
That's
shouldn't
my
have to,
point.
bro.
I
Yeah.
shouldn't have to. That's my point. And Lalo, what I was telling him right now, what you just missed, is that that conversation changed my life, because it was early on when I was in this industry, getting into this industry, and I had tattoo. My tattoos are different,
Yeah, yeah.
and one of my coworkers was like, "Why do you always wear long sleeves when it's hot as fuck? You're in Phoenix. It's 114. Like, why are you
Mhm.
wearing long sleeves?" I'm like, "Bro, because I got tattoos." He's like, "I got tattoos." I'm like, "Yeah, bitch, but you got Lucky Charms on one side and a unicorn on the other. I got skulls, tattoos, and tequila on my shit. Like, I can't
Hmm.
show this to the fucking client." So it's a big difference, considering. So that's my mentality now after
Two
that
things are not the
conversation.
same, even
Yeah,
if
Yeah.
exactly.
they
He's
look.
white. He's
Yeah.
white. He has different type of tattoos on his forearm. I got different tattoos on forearm. I got a rattlesnake, a skull,
Yeah, yeah.
tequila, agave. It's different. It's just like, I'm like, bro, it's you don't understand. And then, but again, going back to that conversation, you know, it was early on in my career in this industry, and they're like, yo, I just didn't think you were this elaborate with your words.
Yeah.
That sinks in me, and I was
Well,
like,
dude,
Like,
what the
that
fuck?
makes me
But
think.
then, but then I'm sorry to cut you off, Mikey, but then I push it back to the present day. I am the in my company, like the biggest responsibility holder in my company right now.
Mm.
I all my peers have masters or equal or even less. I'm a college dropout, and I hold the same title as they, and I hold more responsibility than all of them, most of them.
Yeah.
So it's just like, for a motherfucking wetback like me,
yeah,
I
yeah, of
wasn't born
course.
in this country. You know what I
Freaking
mean? Like,
Hex.
I'm a fucking wet.
Hey,
I'm speaking the truth. I'm a fucking wetback. I came here illegally, but I like to think that I paid my dues already. I paid my taxes.
you've
I've
been paying
owned
your
my own
taxes,
business.
bro.
I've
Yeah.
owned my own businesses. And it's like, I've gotten to the point where it's like, I'm good where I'm at right now because I earned it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have peers that, yeah, they have more fucking degrees, this, that, but I'm
Mm.
at the same fucking level they are. And going back to the original point of the fucking conversation, I owe it all to my parents. They
Mm.
made the decision to fucking cross over illegally and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
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 What are you gonna say, Ralph? You're gonna say something? No.
I was. It just made me think of another situation because we're talking about like the way we're perceived, right? Like right
Mm-hmm.
now we're saying like, oh, people said like, oh, you speak really well, and so like you said, like if you take my voice, put it in the hex, he probably appears more white, sounds more white, and
Yeah,
it's funny because
but
I'm
that's just
I'm I'm talking like this right now because it's the podcast. I want to like be
Oh,
very
so
decisive and clear.
what you're
Well,
saying is
hold
off the
on.
podcast, you're more hood.
I am. No, I am. And this is what I'm getting at actually, because one time I had this situation in college. So I was in a fraternity, or I'm in a fraternity, and we had a situation where I was talking to somebody, and he was like, "Look, this dude was looking at me, and he goes, 'Hey man, um, I feel like you're kind of fake.'" And
Mhm.
I had never heard that in my life. Salud. I had never heard that in my life, because I mean, you Lalo, we communicate over social media and stuff, and you're getting to know me. But Hex, you know me, like I'm almost honest to a fault. Like sometimes I can't
Yeah.
shut up. Like I just
Yeah, no. Yeah, shit talker to the max. We get
yeah,
it.
I am who I am. Like what you see
Yeah.
is what you get. Like people that meet me, like that see me on social media and meet me, they're like, "Oh, bro, like you're the same guy." I'm like, "Yeah, bro, that's who I am."
Yeah.
So this guy tells me, he's like, "Bro, like I feel like you're fake." And I go, "What? Like why?" He goes, "You hang out with us and like you talk one way, kind of more like slangish." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then he goes, "I see you hanging out with like your black friends and you talk almost kind of hood. And then I see you in the business building. Once again, I was a business major, I have a business degree." And he goes, "And you sound almost white." And I'm just like, "Well, yeah, bro. I'm speaking to my setting. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
almost like speaking a different language. They speak one language, they speak another. So I would say I'm I'm more. Well, what did he say to you, Hex? I'm
Well
well
read.
read. I'm well read. I'm well read on the situation and where I'm at. Like,
That, bro, to me, that was the biggest insult I took in my
The
life.
thing,
When he said, I didn't know that you were this well read. I'm like, excuse me? Like, yeah,
yeah,
you're well read. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? He's like, no, I just, I thought, you, and pretty much he's like, bro, you have a fucking nopal on your head. I didn't think you would speak like this. And I was
yeah.
like, what the fuck?
well,
And
I think
that's how I took it.
What were you gonna say,
That's how I
Lalo?
took it.
I think it's more just like it's not that you're fake. It's more like I just changed the tone.
Yeah,
Like the vocabulary is still the same. It's just gonna come out a little bit differently. I'm still saying the exact same shit I'm gonna say. It's
Yeah.
just different
It's a different
because I
tone.
mean here
yeah,
it's just the
It
tone.
might even be in different dialect, because you
yeah,
Spanglish
But
sometimes.
yeah,
yeah,
dialect. But like I'm not changing who I am. I'm still saying what I'm trying to get across. I'm still saying I'm not gonna tell you some fake shit because I think that's what you want to
Yeah.
hear. No, no, no. I'm gonna tell you the way
Yeah.
that you'll understand me best. Because
yeah,
right now, if you're saying that, Ralph, I don't feel like I'm like that. I feel like I am what I am with everyone, and
hmm
and it's like to a fault almost, right? The vocabulary doesn't change, but
hmm
but I think that's not true. I think that's a lie because I'm sure if I go back and I listen to the podcast I had with Safe Park,
hmm
I think it's different. I think my tone is different.
It was a little different.
It's
It
a
was,
little
and
different.
not in a bad
You were
way.
more,
It's just that
were,
what
I'm
I
like
didn't
Hex?
get a
Los
chance to hear
Pericos.
it, but were you more high pitched?
No, no, I just
No,
I just think it was just the tone was a little bit different because I knew there was some
Yeah.
well, obviously for one, it's a major difference for me trying to have a full conversation in all English because I know that
With
they
my,
don't speak
yeah,
yeah,
Spanish.
yeah. You're not speaking Spanglish. You're not speaking to
Exactly.
these
So
yeah,
therefore, I was gonna try my hardest to try to
motherfuckers
keep
over
it
here.
in
Yeah.
English. You know what I mean?
hmm
But even though it's English, like you and I are English and just fucking shooting the
Yeah.
shit, I could see how it's a little different.
yeah,
And somebody might think it's fake and it's like no, it's I don't mean it to be fake because I'm not saying fake shit. I'm just
yeah,
trying to throw it at you in a way that I think can like I'm trying to send my message the way I think it'll best be received, but it's
yeah,
my original message
Yeah.
that I want you to receive. And you
yeah,
guys speaking
Right.
about your work and everything, like I think in our in our group chat in the Instagram, bro, with all the guys in the. Like
yeah,
I am that fucking outlier, bro, because I am the fucking Mexican that still does Mexican shit, bro. Like I am the groundskeeper, bro. I mow lawns for a living,
Yeah.
bro. Like
yeah. And
I
there's
mow
nothing
lawns
wrong
for a
with
living,
that.
bro. And
Yeah,
There's nothing
I'm not
wrong with
and there's
it.
I'm
nothing
Yeah.
wrong
No,
with
I
that.
agree.
no,
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed of it at all. I love
No.
it,
Yeah,
bro. Like if I was ashamed of it, I would have stopped doing this a long time ago, and I would have gone back to
Right.
school and try to change. But I'm
Or
not
or
ashamed of it.
or, or gone
It's
back to the
just
trades. Yeah.
it's just funny because it's like this motherfucker still is a stereotypical Mexican. Like, oh, what do you do?
He,
Fucking
he,
mow lawns?
no,
yeah,
Yeah,
no, no,
I
no. I
do
think what you're
for a
trying to say
living,
is
bro.
this motherfucker pointed it out. Pointed that stereotypical issue to you.
No, no, no. Nobody in the group chat has said shit like that because I always point it out
no,
there because it's the truth, bro, and it doesn't bother me. It doesn't because I'm not ashamed of it, bro.
hmm
Today, bro, I met with Jordan from Odin.
Oh yeah, yeah,
because they're having the Bay Day this Saturday, which I cannot be there because it's my anniversary. And my wife and I have plans, and we're actually.
Hey,
Well, it sucks.
congrats,
We're not
bro.
doing. We're not.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, bro.
5 años de casados.
Hey, so
Pero
what are you
ya
guys doing? What are you guys doing? Because I'm hitting 25 soon, and I need
So
some
we're not
funds.
doing nothing for our anniversary specifically because it's my primo's 50th birthday.
No, but what are you doing in general to satisfy that 5 years you guys been together?
Oh, fuck. That's a good question, bro.
I need some pointers, bro. I'm hitting 25, and I need to fucking do. I need to do something.
You for them, bro. I should be asking you what you did at 5.
Don't ask me for shit, bro. I've exhausted everything, and it hasn't been enough to this date.
You know those little tanguitas that have the elephant trunk and you stick it in there? One of those? I haven't done it, but I think maybe that would be dope.
I haven't done one of those,
but I think it'd be dope. I told my wife, like, I would buy it, but I can't fill the trunk, so it's not gonna be
This is what I love about this podcast, man. This is what I love about this podcast. We'll be like serious, talking about generational issues, but then we'll be like, hold on, let's talk about elephant trunks.
No, bro, but
fucking Lalo.
So we're not doing anything specifically for our anniversary to celebrate it.
Send me that link to them trunks.
I'm gonna send it to you, bro. I bought them. I just
gotta try it.
I bought them, but I just can't make myself wear it because lo miro y se mira triste el elefante a la verga. I'm like, what's going on here? You guys sent me an extra large elephant? I asked for the baby elephant. What the fuck? Nah, bro.
Oh gosh. Oh, shit.
So it's my primo's 50th birthday, bro, and they're celebrating it. And his daughter, my sobrina Grace, she sent us the invite, like, hey, celebrating my dad's 50th. And se dice fácil, bro, but it's not, bro. 50,
bro.
Half a century, bro. Like 50 years, bro. Like you gotta celebrate that shit, bro.
Yeah.
I remember me celebrating 30 because I thought 30 was a big deal.
50, yeah.
That's awesome, and it's not to make anybody feel old, but it's like, fuck yeah, like I want to be there for your 50th birthday. You're my cousin. I love you. Let's do it.
So, bro, I want to get old. I feel like this generation. I mean, across all generations, but like, I remember I had friends in high school who were like, bro, I want to live fast and die young, and I was like, what?
It's easy to say that when you're young, bro. It's easy to say that when
it's that generation right there.
Yeah. They're like, oh, I don't want to see.
It's your generation. Yeah, it's your generation.
It is. They're like, oh yeah, I don't want to see myself old. I was like, fuck that, dude. I want to get old because old means I did stuff. I made it, and like, so.
Yeah.
No, so 50 is amazing, dude.
And my cousin, awesome. Dude, my cousin, you look at him, you would never think he's 50. He's Pero I mean, tiene su. He had his oldest kid. Our culture is so funny, right? Because los hijos de mis primos, to me, they're my nephews.
Yeah.
They're not second cousins. They're my nephews, and they call me Unc. His oldest boy is 31. I'm 37, but he's still Unc. Hey, Unc, you coming to my dad's? Fuck yeah, I'll be there, man. I wouldn't miss it for the world. Like,
yeah,
we're family, bro. So unfortunately, like it lands on our wedding anniversary, and of course, my wife is not super thrilled about it, but she's not mad. She understands. Like, we'll celebrate our anniversary. We could push it because, no siempre se llega a los 50 tan fácil,
Yeah.
Not for and it's not, and I'm not trying to sound like dark or depressing and be like, oh, if you make it to 50th, then like, no. It's just, tú sabes, I know many people who didn't make it to their 50s.
Yeah.
Sadly enough, and yo, knock on wood, yo con mi esposa voy a tener 50 aniversarios más. And it's like, we're going to celebrate ourselves after we come back from that trip up north. And it's, it's a good time, bro. And I'm going to play some golf out there. So.
It's a golf podcast, guys. We always come back to golf. We always come back to golf.
But no, bro, like I'm not like you guys. I'm like, I am the stereotypical joke. Like I was saying, I met Jordan today, right? Because I couldn't make it to the Bay Day, which it would have been awesome to go to that, bro. Because I was at last year's Shindig. That's how we met, bro.
That's how we met, yeah, man.
But I wasn't really pushing Nueve. I wasn't throwing it out there. I threw it to you guys because we played together a day before, and it was just us. And I didn't even throw it. I was wearing a Nueve golf shirt, and one of you was like, "Oh, what's that?" And it was just a T-shirt. And I picked up my shirt and I showed you guys the belt, like, "Oh, this is me." And so the next day, I didn't go there, and I wasn't trying to like, "Hey guys, I'm no, fuck it. Like I'm here to play with my boys. We signed up as a team, and we're gonna. And the team wasn't like Nueve Golf. It was just Lalo Ventura playing as a foursome.
Yeah.
So I didn't meet anybody, bro. I didn't meet like Dom, Derek. I didn't meet George. I didn't meet anybody, bro. I only met you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And that's great because I met some really, really good people. You know, it was you, Raul, Serge. You guys had the Hopped On, Estaba from the Golf Vatos, Nelson. Like, it was dope. Obviously, I made really good ties with you and Raul because we were a foursome at Lagos. But
yeah.
We played for 4.5 hours. You better fucking know them a little bit.
Yeah, man.
You know?
One round of golf is all it takes to know if you're gonna keep hanging out with someone. It's either you're gonna keep hanging out or you're not gonna hang out no more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or wait a minute. I haven't played with Lalo, so let's say 2 hours worth of golf podcasting.
Yeah,
that'll create a difference too. Yeah,
I already know I'm gonna love playing golf with you, bro.
Yeah, no, dude, it's gonna be fun. You'll ride in the cart with him, Hex, because you gotta catch up with him.
It's gonna be me and you, brother.
So I met Jordan because they're having the Bay Day. I can't make it, but I messaged Jordan and I was like, hey, bro, like I because he messaged me like, hey, man, we could there's a spot available if you want to come in.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was sold out, and I said, you know what, I can't. It's our anniversary, and we already have plans, and we're leaving town. And he said, okay, no worries. Like, really nice of him. He's like, you know, congratulations to you and your wife, and hope you guys enjoy your day. And I said, but you know, like, I'd be more than glad to send some Nueve Golf merch. You know, I mean, no tengo mucho, bro. Lo poquito que tengo, lo doy con gusto.
Yeah.
But by the way, thank you for sending the belts out to us.
You're welcome, bro. I appreciate it. I mean,
I didn't ask for it. We didn't ask for it, but thank you.
No, gracias, man. And that's why I told Jordan.
I'm wearing mine right now. I'm always rocking mine.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
it, bro. By the way, you know that mariachi that I'm trying to get into the podcast? So,
I can never Steve the mariachi, bro.
Steve, yeah. I call him Steve-O, Scuba Steve.
I call him Esteban, so it sounds more.
I fuck with him all the time because he's a short dude, and you know I fuck with him. Anyway, when the first time we went out golfing, I had your belt on, and you know I was tucked in and everything, and I was pulling out my clubs and shit. He's like, Hex, where'd you get your fucking belt at? Is that a piteado? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, where'd you get it from? I'm like, oh, my boy Lalo, bro. Like, bro, I've been the biggest promoter of your fucking belt.
Well, then,
like,
I have a question for Steve. How come he hasn't fucking bought a belt?
Yeah,
no, but so I'm saying, bro, I tell Jordan, like, hey, bro, I can't go out. I appreciate you, like, I appreciate you reaching out to me one-on-one and asking me, like, hey, bro, if you want to come on, I'll put you on. I said, I can't make it as much as I'd love to, but I just can't. And he said, no, I understand. You know, congratulations on your anniversary. Y'all have a good time. And I was like, but gladly, I got some stuff I'd like to give to you guys, and you give it out however you want. You know, whether it's prizes, random raffle, whatever. Fuck it, it's your shit. So he was like, oh yeah, you know, I'll be in town. He said Wednesday or Thursday. Wednesday. I'm not really sure where he lives or where he's staying at. So yesterday I was like, where you at, bro? Like maybe we can meet somewhere in the middle. Because I knew I had this podcast with you guys today.
Yeah.
And it's like, depending where he's at, the traffic va a ser de la chingada to go and come back before 5.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I'm staying in Sunnyvale. And I was like, fuck, bro, I work in Sunnyvale. So I was like, is there any way we could like meet at my lunchtime is from 11 to 12. Anytime around there, or even if it's work. Before 2:30, you meet me somewhere close to work. And he's like, yeah, you know what, I can. And so I gave him the address. There's a park down the street from the school I work at that we manage. We got to go over there and take care of it, make sure it looks good. So I gave him the address, and he's like, yeah, I'll be there in 20 minutes. Órale, chingón. He sends me a message, and he's like, hey, you know, I'm leaving now. Cool. Fuck it. I sent him my phone number. Text me when you're here, because if it's on Instagram, I'm not going to see it. I was mowing lawns, bro. I was on a big John Deere fucking mowing. And I get the text that he's there, and I'm like, cool. I text my brother, hey, man, come pick me up. My brother takes over the mower, and I jump on a little golf cart with a trailer attachment with all our tools. And I'll be there like right now in 2 minutes, bro. And he's like, yeah, I'm here at the corner of the park by the fucking picnic swing. Orale, the picnic and the swings. All right, cool. And I'm driving, and I don't know what this fucking guy looks like. I've never met Jordan. But I'm like, I'm sure I'll figure it out. And like we'll find each other. So I'm driving and I'm in the street, my little golf cart, my trailer, and all my tools attached. And I see a guy who's not in his car, but like in the corner looking down on his phone. And as I'm driving the street, and I'm like, oh, fuck it. He sees me, hey, what's up, man? But, I give him the stuff, and he's really grateful and appreciative of the stuff I gave. Cool guy, nice guy. We
Yeah,
talked.
Jordan's a good guy.
Yeah, we talked.
He's a good guy.
Never met, but we talked. And, but it was just funny, bro, because I'm like, to Hex's words, like, I am that wetback, bro. Here I come pulling up in a golf cart. Fucking dirty as fuck with mis botas. We're mowing, bro, fucking mowing a lawn, mowing 4 acres of lawn, showing up and giving him a box of maybe golf gear, like, hey, man, here's the belt and everything I got to give you, But he's a good guy, he's a great guy. And, bro.
Jordan's cool as fuck.
Bro,
Jordan's cool as fuck.
It's just like extreme opposites, right? So I talked to him and, we talked for a bit. I'm like, oh shit, so where you stay at? I know you're from like the area, but I know you don't live here. And he's like, oh, I currently stay in Berlin. And I'm like,
yeah.
The puta madre, bro. It couldn't be more different. I'm in the east side of San Jose. This guy fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But cool guy, bro, super nice. So I put together a little golf tournament in December on my local course at Los Lagos where we played, bro.
Yeah. I love that spot, bro. I love that course. That was so much fun.
Bro, I love it, bro. Like, to me, I don't know if it's because I'm from there, but like everybody I take there for the first time, people who never been, they fall in love with it, bro.
It's a great track, bro.
And
it's a great track.
Bro, if you go there before anywhere from like December to like April, it's even more. It looks better because all the hills are green from the rain and the snowfall.
Oh yeah.
In the summertime, all the hills around us are dry, but it's still a great track. But anyways. Yeah. We made a tournament. We had a Nueve golf tournament in December. It was small, bro. We put together, I think it was 24 spots. There's only like front. We played.
Bro, why didn't you fucking put it up? Why didn't you put it on Instagram? Or why didn't you put it live so people could see it?
I was about to say he did. He posted something.
No, did you?
I think he sent us a message. That's what it was.
I only posted it like once it happened and went. So the thing about it is I have one of my really good friends, bro. True believer in Nueve Golf, and he like rocks it hard, and he supports us, and he spreads the good word, bro.
The good word of Nueve.
Everybody, yeah, bro, and he believes
the gospel. He's spreading the gospel.
Yeah, bro, and he's a great bro. He always rocks the belt, but he always rocks the leather yellow one. That's the one.
Bro, I want one. You sent one for my dad.
Yeah, I want one. I want one.
Okay.
I want one, a leather one.
Okay.
Let me know when you come out.
Bro.
No, I'll buy it. If you have
we'll buy it.
I'll buy it, bro.
So he always rocks his, bro, and he just opened up his own restaurant, bro. Just up the street from here. Se llama Los Jefes.
Okay.
It's a great Mexican food. Son de Michoacán, so it's that Michoacán style. They got the enchiladas michoacanas, la morisqueta.
Hey, there we go.
It's good stuff, bro.
That's where my mom's from.
I remember when he had his like final meeting with the inspectors like downtown to get his approval. He sends me a picture, bro, and he's got like tucked in his shirt, and he's got his fucking Nueve Piteado belt. And I'm like, this guy, and he's like, yo, pa que sepan, I'm like, hey, bro, kudos to you, bro. But anyways, yeah, bro, he's got his restaurant and shit, and he's always like just spreading the good word, like, hey, man, fucking Nueve Golf, and I'm like, bro, you talking me up too much, bro. It ain't much, bro. But fucking. Damn, I forgot where we're going with this shit, bro. What's the talking? We're even back in.
Who cares?
Keep
going.
No, you're telling a good story.
Yeah, keep going.
Because he opened up his restaurant, bro. And yeah, fucking found the train tracks. So they're having the Bay Day here in Deep Cliff in San Jose.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to return that favor, bro. Like I can't be there because I'm not gonna be in town. But everybody who's playing Bay Day, I send a message in the location, like, hey man, those are because I know there's some people that are coming from up north, and they have to pass through 680, which is where the restaurant's at. Fucking please, if you're hungry after the fucking Bay Day, stop by and show the homie some love. Like he's a big supporter, and like I know he wants it's all on me, but he wants me to fucking like make some like Nueve Golf like big shit because he wants to like put it up in his restaurant, bro. And I'm just like, I will, bro, eventually. Pero espérate, güey, pa que no tiene feria, güey. Espérate, aguanta, cabrón. Motherfucker's still broke, bro.
Yeah.
But no, man, he's a great guy, man. Eric is his restaurant, Los Jefes and Milpitas.
Is he on Instagram, bro? Is the restaurant on Instagram?
I don't think he is yet, but he is working on it, bro. He is working on it because
All
he
right.
literally just opened yesterday, bro. Yesterday was
Okay.
his first official open day. So
All right. Well, let us know as soon as he's on
I
Instagram,
will,
man. Let
I
let's
will.
let's let's blast it. All right. Los jefes. Okay.
Los Jefes en Milpitas, bro, right there, in Milpitas, California, bro. He literally just opened. Yesterday was his first day as official open. So
Oh, that's
these past
awesome.
two these past 2 weekends, he had it was family and friends, like a fundraiser type thing, where like you bought a ticket and you went. And but yesterday he was finally officially open to the public. And I messaged him and he was really stoked that, bro, it went well.
Heck yeah.
And it's dope, bro. Like I love seeing like my friends, good friends, like open businesses and do well. He's one of the many, bro. I have a lot of friends that had the balls to go out there and take that big leap, bro. Because it ain't easy, bro. Not at
Yeah.
all. Like even if you have an idea and the idea seems bulletproof, like when it's in the idea phase and the actual like real life, it's otro pedo.
Oh
And
yeah, dude.
and there's no one who can help you. Like if you're struggling, like hey, averiguatelas, cabrón. You
Yeah.
chose to go out on your own. So I do live life in a cush where like I have a nine. I not 9 to 5. I fucking work 6 to 2. But I mean I have my 40 hours. It's a 40
Yeah.
hour like Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
Y yo sé que no me van a correr, güey. Like I'm good at what I do, bro. Like
Mhm.
I'm damn good at what I do. So mi trabajo está seguro. Siempre y cuando yo no la cague, which I don't intend to. And
Mhm.
I'm like I said, bro, I'm damn good at what I do. And sometimes like some of my friends, like good friends, would be like, hey, bro, like don't you think you're like wasting your talent at school? Like don't you think you should like just venture out on your own and start your own company and you know start
Yeah.
like it. Of course, bro, construction leaves money. Everybody sees that like all construction, but like it's easy to see the glamour when people are spending, the economy's good, bro. But then like when the economy starts to dip, bro, and tank, well, guess what's the first thing that stops? Like home renovation. That's not a necessity. That's a luxury.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and I'm like, you know what? I like my job, bro. It's seguro. It's close to home. The flexibility I have, the how much it's allowed me to be present in my daughter's life. Like
Mhm.
there's not a price you can put on that.
Yeah. No.
Even if the hours that I spend with her are just to come home and fucking watch Nailed It on Netflix for fucking 3-4 hours, bro. Like, but it is
Yeah.
what it is, bro. Es lo que nos gusta.
Yeah.
And but I hear you guys and I see like everybody in the group chat, like the jobs you guys have, like especially the Mexican American people. And I'm like, fuck, I really am the only motherfucker that kept that route of fucking mowing lawns, digging trenches, and like doing that typical fucking dice hex wetback shit. And it's like, but no me agüita, bro. No me
No.
avergüenzo, bro. No me avergüenzo y no me da pena, bro. Because gracias a eso, bro, tengo mi casa, bro. Like I live in my house. I got my big backyard and like vivo a gusto, vivo a mi manera como quiero vivir.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't be
Yeah.
Y,
ashamed of it either. There's
and
Yeah.
no reason
it's
for
funny, bro,
you.
because sometimes
You have
I've had like people like when I hang out with my wife and like her family, we go to family functions. And like sometimes like in the summer times, sometimes like I do side jobs. I do my Monday
Mhm.
through Friday and then weekend side jobs where it's more like hardscape, landscape, masonry.
Yeah.
Y ahí sí me toca chingarle, because the
Yeah.
Monday through Friday job is cush, bro. But
Oh
then the
yeah.
weekends is where I fucking gotta bust my ass. So my wife would be like, oh, okay, we got a party in la casa de fulano y sutano. Órale, I'll be there after I work. I
Mhm.
show up, hot summer days, bien vestidito and todo. And like sometimes the primos would be like, damn, dude, like you would never, like I would never assume, like I would never associate the way you showed up dressed with like with what you do. I'm like, pues, ¿qué te esperas, güey? Que llegue con una pinche pala y un fucking weed eater? Pues,
Yeah.
güey,
What the heck?
like
Yeah.
one thing
yeah.
is one thing. Like I was working and now I'm partying, bro. Like, yeah, of course. And
Yeah.
but he was like, I didn't mean to offend you like that. I'm just saying, like, because he was like, look at us. Like none of us did that shit, bro. But like
Yeah.
you kept that route, but yet you show up and like I would never assume or think or guess that's what you do for a fucking living.
Yeah.
And it's like, nah, bro. I mean, it is what it is. That's what I'm good at. So that's what I stick to, man.
Yeah. No, that's dope, bro. And like honestly, like like I said, I grew up on the ranch, man. I grew up working with my hands. My dad had me helping out at a really young age, and there's days where like my brother and
This
I,
motherfucker was throwing chicken feed.
yeah, bro.
You were
No,
throwing chicken
literally.
feed, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was literally
yeah,
throwing chicken
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
I used to be covered in shit, like throwing for the. I'm not even
Manure?
joking.
Yeah, chicken manure.
Yeah, yeah, the manure for the
Fertilizer.
plants, and like there was days, like so my brother, I got an office job after school. Like that's it. Like once I graduated with my college degree, I stopped working at the ranch and I got an office job, and like you know, money starts coming in, whatever, and it's more money than I was making and all that stuff. And then I pull I pull him out of that. I was like, hey man, like you come make some money over here. And I love the people that I work with, and it's fun, and it's good money and all that stuff. But man, there's days where like I'm sitting on my computer, man, I miss the
Yeah,
ranch.
for
I
sure.
I
I can see
I
that.
miss being out with the people, man, and like you know, it's kind of like what we were saying right now, like when you were talking about when you're on the net, when you're on the episode with Safe Par, you talk a little different, right?
Yeah.
And like I was saying earlier, like when I'm on the ranch, oh man, we talk a little different. You shoot the shit. You just it's totally relaxed, you know. And so I miss that, man. I miss that a lot, and it
Bro, like
sucks.
there's so bro, I have the absolute luxury, uh blessing, pleasure. I don't know what you want to call it, bro. I work with both my brothers, my younger and my younger and my older brother.
That's
So
dope.
my older brother is the one that brought me in. He left. So my older brother, he's like a second dad to me, bro. Even though he's only
Yeah,
7 years older than me. Because like we talked about, bro. My dad worked a lot, bro. But my dad he never neglected his family or kids, but he worked a lot, and he at that time was kind of like, unless you need me to be there, I won't be there because I'm busy working. But you kind of
yeah,
need you need to show me that you need me to be there.
yeah,
And uno de morrito agarra el rollo like, well, I don't want to feel needy because I know my dad's working, making money with us. So sometimes
yeah.
there's that bit of a I I don't I guess I'll use the word fear for a lack of vocabulary because I'm not sure what the word is.
Hmm.
Because it wasn't fear like he would say, no, I'm not gonna be there. It was kind of almost like, I understand the situation, pops. I'm not gonna bother you. You work, and I won't.
Yeah,
I won't.
I understand you.
I
I
won't ask
understand you
you.
100%.
I
Yeah,
won't ask you to be there unless I absolutely need you to be there.
yeah,
So that was one of the things where it was like, I'm not gonna bother him. He's working. But
yeah,
my brother Chuco was always there, bro. Always. He's like like a dad, bro.
yeah,
He taught me everything I know. I learned from him.
yeah.
And he learned it from my dad, and he passed it down to me. Um, and he had at one point he had his own little construction company, hardscape landscape, and
Hmm.
my brother is really, fuck, bro. He's like, if you ever hired a contractor to do your backyard or front yard, he's the fucking guy you want,
Hmm.
because he looks at every single fucking detail, bro. Like, he's very meticulous with what he does to a fault
Yeah.
where I'm like, no mames, güey, la verga, they're not gonna fucking know, just fucking cover it up. And he's like, no, 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 fuck that, que eso así no va. And I'm like, bro, you're fucking turning a
Dude.
2 hour job into a 6 hour job. Just fucking do it this way. And he's kind of like, hey, is it your or
Lalo,
mine?
Lalo, we're cut from the same cloth, bro. My dad would do side jobs, so we go clean yardas y todo eso, and he'd be like, "Oh, it's not level," and I'm like, "Dad, like it's cut, like we're good, like we already
You
cleaned
know,
up."
they wouldn't know.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm like, come on, Dad, like we're done. He's like, no, 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 todavía me falta aquí. And I was like, oh God. So there he is trimming, cutting, and me and my brother got throw up on the trailer. Yeah, no, bro, I feel you.
And
We come from the
so,
same cloth.
so the thing is, it's my brother Chuco who's like that. Not my dad, bro. My
Oh, your
dad is
dad's not like that.
no.
Really?
My
Oh
dad's a
shoot.
good worker, but my
Yeah,
dad is not super like detailed focused like my brother. My
yeah,
dad's more like, yeah, fucking looks good. It is good. You're never gonna notice. Let's go. And my brother's like, I noticed that shit. And I'm like, bro, you're the only motherfucker who noticed it because you did it. Nobody
yeah,
would know. And he's like, no, we got to go back and fix it. I'm like, puta madre, pues vamos. But he
yeah.
taught me all that shit, all of it. So he had his own construction company, and late he was doing okay for himself, bro.
Yeah.
Um, Unfortunately, he started his business right before we had the big economic crash, bro. Like 2007, 2008. He
Yeah,
started right
2008.
before it.
Yeah.
And it, you know, they're just everybody was fucking struggling. But he was
Yeah.
okay, at that time. I remember he was like, "Yeah, fuck it, I got a job going, and I don't have a family. I don't like, I got money saved. I just fucking coast through." But then eventually, like everyone is like, "All right, I'm not sure when this economy is gonna pick back up. It's time to fucking be a responsible adult. Let me go get a
Yeah.
job." And he joined the
Yeah.
company that I used to work for. I was working with my pops, so he
Mhm.
joined the company. But I, I already knew he wasn't gonna last, bro, because like someone like him is like, "All right, I'm coming from a setting where I'm the guy in charge. I'm in charge of quality control, and now I'm working for a big company that it's not really about so much about quality. It's about quantity.
Mhm.
Get it the fuck out,
Yeah. Pump it out. Yeah.
pump it out." And my brother, he started off as a laborer, and then they gave him a truck responsibility. Okay, you run a couple little jobs, but they were like hella pushing, and he was like, "Dude, like it's not fucking ready. I need." So it just didn't work out. So eventually, oh, he said, "Fuck that. Like this is not for me."
Yeah.
He went to work for the school. And he was like, "Bro, like the school's good, like and that's perfect for him, bro, because the school there's no pushing. It's like, hey, make this school look beautiful at your own
Yeah.
pace, but fucking make it look beautiful. Do whatever you got to do." So
They want it
that's
done right.
that's right up my brother's alley. He
Yeah.
took the job and he started telling me like, "Hey, bro, come to the school. Si quieres, there's an opening for you. We'll get you in." And I'm like, "I don't know, bro. I'm making good money. I like where I'm at." But then the hours started getting tough. I had to leaving the house by 4, coming back at 7. I was missing too much time with my daughter. All this shit. Eventually, I jumped ship. I went with my brother because I know
Mhm.
construction will always be there, bro. I still get calls every summer from my construction. Like I left in good terms. You
Mhm.
never close the door. You leave it wide open. And the construction company was cool because it's not like I went to a competitor. I went to a whole different
Yeah.
fucking trade.
Were you
Yeah.
were you union?
Yes, I was. My
You were
last year
union.
and a
Okay,
half.
that makes sense.
My
That
last
Yeah.
makes
year and a
sense.
half,
Yeah.
I moved from my operator's union to an operator union because I was operating
Mm.
heavy machinery and
Mm.
making more money than as a laborer, obviously. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
hard to leave that money, but like it me puse bien gordo la verga, bro. I didn't have the shovel. Ya no andaba pico y pala, güey. Apenas me miraba la pinche
Yeah.
pájara when I got home, bro. Pinche pancita
Bro.
así, like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Dude, as
It
soon as I got
stunk,
a desk
bro.
job, I put on like 20 pounds.
And it's funny, but my brother used to make hella fun of me. He's like, "Bro, you're getting hella fat." And I'm like, "I fucking know, bro. Me meto al baño and fuck, ya no me la veo. Like, la verga, like, I'm getting
Yeah.
too fat."
Hey, listen,
But
you ain't gotta talk to me, brother.
yeah,
We
it,
got
it, it,
I
it
got that
but
belly right now.
it's not just the belly, bro. It was a lot like my knees, because we like you're in a
Yeah.
little cabin and
Yeah.
the vibration of the machines, like it fucked with my knees, my
Your
back.
back.
It
Yeah.
was fucked, bro. So my brother was like, "Well, come try it out, bro. If you don't like it, you can go back." And I was like, "Well, you're right. Like I'll always have this job." I left the company in really good terms. So much to the fact that almost every summer actually, it's been 10 years. Every summer, I get a call from one of the guys there, like, "Come back. We got your. If you want to come back, here's what we're gonna give you, and you got a truck and you got a gas card. Don't worry about it." But I'm like,
Yeah.
it's always enticing at the beginning, bro, because you start
Start thinking
little
about the
little.
money.
It's like the meme, bro. Little kid just calculating, like calculate, yeah, I'll make hella money. You know what I mean? But
Like,
and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll entertain it. And then that day, it's always in the summer because summer's when they're most busy.
yeah.
That summer, bro, it'll be 90 something, almost 100 degrees. I leave work at 2, and I'm driving by the freeway, and I see the construction workers busting their ass, and I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm missing with that
Fuck that.
bullshit. I'm
Yeah.
staying here.
Nah.
I'm staying
Yeah.
here. So I got my brother, and then we eventually got my younger brother in, and I work with both my brothers, bro. We're together 40 hours a week in a sense, not literally because
Yeah.
que
You're all
llegas
doing your own.
in our
Yeah.
but my younger brother is my direct partner. Like him and I
Oh.
ride a
Yeah.
golf cart together because we're in charge of a certain zone of the school.
That's
And
awesome.
bro, like just and like everything, bro. And it's not just because he's my brother. If you had a partner you worked with, there's gonna be the ask que uno amanece de malas, no está de humor, and you're not gonna. You
Yeah.
quickly gauge, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna leave him fuck alone until he's ready to
Yeah.
have some fun, and vice versa. But there's days where like my brother just makes my fucking day, and I'm sure there's days where I make his day, bro. Like I'll show like he starts an hour after I do. I start at 6, starts at 7.
Mhm.
There's times where because he shows up an hour later, I tell him just text me where you're at, and I'll go pick you up in the golf cart. I'm home. I'm here. Pick up the trade. I'm on. Yeah, a veces que el cabrón amanece de buenas, and he's being a funny guy. You know, we show up and we get off the cart to go do some work, and he'd be like, "It's probably some shit he saw on fucking Instagram." You know.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "¿Trabajas para UPS?" Like, just kind of like, no. And then he'd be like, "Ese pinche paquetón," and I'm like, "Oh, this guy."
Oh, wow.
Like, just fucking shit that you wouldn't do in other jobs, because him and I are like out in the fucking field.
Yeah.
Las mamadas que se dice uno, like, it's a different vibe, bro. Like, I've never had a job that was an office job, retail job, or store, because all my life I've worked outside, whether it was construction with my dad or here at the school as a groundskeeper, you know what I mean? And there's times where I do just for a sake of experience. And man, I sometimes want to take up a part-time job working like at a store or somewhere, just to know what the fuck that's like, because I never experienced that. And most people, that's like how they start off, some sort of retail, fast food or something, and then they transition over to their career. And I never had that.
True, because that's how I got started. That's how I got started in my early jobs, I guess. I wouldn't say my career, but my early jobs.
Yeah, most people's first like source of income coming out of high school is some sort of retail or fast food or like at a store. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah, retail. And I never had that because out of high school I already had my construction job like guaranteed, because I was, like I said, I got a fake green card at the age of 16 to say that I was 8. To say that I was 18, so I could legally go work in the summers with my pops in construction.
That's fucking wild. You're
I know,
pretending to be a fucking immigrant.
Bro, it was
some full circle shit right there, bro.
It was a running joke. It was a running joke because at that time my mom's brothers from Mexico were here working with fake papers. Yeah. And they're like, dude, here you are faking to be an immigrant, and we're faking to be a citizen. Like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah. But that's funny, dude.
And it's funny because at work I had to call my uncles by different names because of the papers they were working. Yeah. One of them was my tío Luis, that's his real name, but I had to call him Jimmy because that's the papers he had.
Oh, God.
And my tío Rafael was my tío Raúl. Oh, no, my tío Joel, because of the papers, bro.
Oh, God.
It was Jimmy and Joel. And they're like, dude, you're here fucking becoming an alien, and we're trying to be a citizen. Yeah. But, and it all happened right there, King and Story, bro. You go to Tropicana. Mm-hmm. That shopping center, King and Story, bro. When you walk in, and like as soon as you go in the parking lot, everybody does this. Like, what kind of identifications do you need? Like,
yeah.
What you need?
So, yeah. So I remember that summer, my dad asked me. Summer I just got off school, and my dad's like, "Vas a trabajar?" And I'm like, "Pues si hay chamba." And he's like, "Okay." He talks to my mom, "Hey, mañana lo llevas a Tropicana que una mica." We go out there. It was 180. I remember 180 for my fake green card. Go out there, get my fake green card. 2 days later, go take the drug test for the company, and boom, fucking by Wednesday, I'm working with my pops. Fucking we were working, and you know, at that point, my dad had some tenía palanca. You know, he was really good with the higher up there.
Yeah.
That guy was a really cool guy, and my dad was. So he knew me and he knew my dad because that guy, he was a pretty high up in the Northern California branch. This company was actually out of Calabasas.
Hey guys, sorry, I gotta cut off. I gotta call the wifey and the babies.
No worries.
Right on, Hex.
Yeah, sorry guys.
All good.
Lalo,
all good.
Lalo, let's make it happen in person.
We will, bro. We will. We're gonna with Mariachi Steve. With
Mariachi Steve.
Mariachi
with Steve-O.
Yeah.
Steve-O.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
All right.
No,
hey, we'll go ahead and sign it off. Like so,
we'll all sign off together, bro.
Right on.
All right.
For another day.
All right,
Golferos, thanks for tuning in. Like we said, this is episode 20B. You got a little bonus content, a little bonus episode with Lalo. So as always, Salud Golferos.
Yeah, salud.